Hello and welcome, everyone. Today we're delving into a topic that's incredibly important, yet often misunderstood: post-traumatic stress disorder, commonly known as PTSD. PTSD is a mental health condition that can develop after someone goes through a really scary or distressing event, something that shakes them up deeply. It's not just about feeling upset, it's when the trauma kind of sticks with you, affecting how you feel, think, and act long after the event has passed. People often associate it with soldiers returning from war, which is common, but it can affect anyone who's been through a traumatic experience like a car accident, natural disaster, or personal assault. The thing about PTSD is that it's not about being weak. It's a natural response to extreme stress. And the good news is, with the right support and treatment, people can find ways to heal and move forward. Our goal today is not just to spread awareness, but also to foster understanding. We'll be focusing on 7 common symptoms of PTSD, helping to paint a clearer picture of what living with this disorder can be like. Whether you're watching this to understand what a loved one is going through, to learn more about your own experiences, or simply to educate yourself, we're glad you're here. If you find value in this video, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more future valuable content. So without further ado, let's get started on this journey of understanding and empathy. Let's delve into the first symptom of PTSD: intrusive memories. Intrusive memories are exactly what they sound like: unwanted, recurring memories of a traumatic event that just seem to pop up out of nowhere. It's like your mind keeps replaying a part of your past that you desperately want to forget. Imagine you're going about your day, maybe doing something ordinary like making coffee or working on your computer. Suddenly, you're hit with a vivid memory of the trauma. It's not just a regular memory, it feels intense, often bringing back the same fear and anxiety as if you were experiencing the event all over again. This can be extremely distressing. These memories can intrude on everyday life without any warning, making it hard for those with PTSD to feel safe or relaxed. Sometimes it feels like the past is always lurking around the corner. But it's important to understand that this is a normal reaction to abnormal events. These memories are not a sign of weakness, but a part of the brain's way of processing the trauma. It's important to remember, healing is possible, and understanding these symptoms is a crucial step in that journey. Moving on to our next symptom of PTSD: nightmares and flashbacks. These are among the most vivid and distressing aspects of this condition. Those who have PTSD often experience terrifying nightmares. These aren't your usual bad dreams. They're often intense, deeply disturbing, and directly related to the traumatic event. It's like the trauma replays itself in one's sleep, which can make the idea of going to bed really daunting. Then there are flashbacks. Flashbacks are sudden, intense, and often unexpected. They're like powerful waves of memories that crash over you, making you feel as though you're right back in the moment of the trauma. It's more than a memory. It feels real, as if the event is happening all over again. Imagine being suddenly transported back to the worst moment of your life without any warning. That's what a flashback can feel like. It's disorienting, scary, and can leave you feeling powerless and out of control. These nightmares and flashbacks aren't just distressing, they can disrupt daily life, affecting sleep, concentration, and overall sense of security. But remember, these symptoms are part of the body's way of trying to process and make sense of what happened. And with the right support and treatment, it is possible to reduce their intensity and frequency, helping individuals regain control over their lives. Next, we're going to talk about a symptom of PTSD that's less visible, but just as impactful: negative changes in thinking and mood. This aspect of PTSD involves a shift in how individuals think and feel about themselves and the world around them. It's like the trauma casts a long shadow, coloring their thoughts and emotions. One common experience is feeling hopeless about the future. People with PTSD might feel like things will never get better, or that life has lost its meaning. This sense of despair can be overwhelming and paralyzing. Memory problems are also a part of this. It's not just about forgetting where you left your keys, but more significant things, like not remembering important parts of the traumatic event or even struggling to recall positive memories. Then there's how people with PTSD might think about themselves and others. They often have negative thoughts about themselves, feelings of guilt, shame, or a belief that they are bad or unworthy. They might also feel detached or estranged from others, like they just can't connect the way they used to. These changes in thinking and mood can create a sense of isolation, making it hard for people with PTSD to connect with others, which in turn can make the symptoms feel even more burdensome. But it's important to remember that these thoughts and feelings are symptoms of the disorder. not reflections of reality. With proper support and therapy, it's possible to challenge and change these negative thought patterns and start to see hope and positivity again. Let's now turn our attention to another profound symptom of PTSD, emotional numbness. This is a less talked about, but a very significant aspect of the condition. Emotional numbness is like an emotional shutdown. It's when someone feels detached, not just from their surroundings, but also from the people they love, their family, friends, and even themselves. Imagine going through your days feeling disconnected from everything around you. Activities that used to bring joy or excitement now feel dull or meaningless. It's as if the emotional part of you has been turned off. This can include losing interest in hobbies, not wanting to socialize, or finding no pleasure in things you used to enjoy. It's a tough symptom because it's not just about feeling sad or down, it's about not feeling much of anything at all. And for those experiencing it, this can be confusing and frightening. They often feel like they're living in a bubble, separated from the rest of the world. This numbness is a way the mind tries to protect itself from intense, overwhelming emotions. But unfortunately, it can also lead to a sense of isolation and loneliness, making it harder to reach out for help or connect with others. The good news is, with the right support and therapy, it's possible to break through this numbness. Reconnecting with emotions and rediscovering interest in life is a significant step in the healing journey. Now let's discuss a symptom of PTSD that profoundly affects personal lives: difficulty maintaining close relationships. PTSD can make it difficult for someone to maintain intimate relationships. This isn't about not wanting to be close to others, but rather about the challenges that come with the condition, making these connections difficult. Imagine feeling a constant sense of detachment or distance from the people you care about. This isn't just about physical distance, it's an emotional gap that can be hard to bridge. People with PTSD might feel like they're in a bubble, watching their relationships from the outside, unable to fully engage or connect. This can manifest in different ways. Some might find it hard to express their feelings or feel numb and disconnected in moments that used to bring them close to their loved ones. Others might become irritable or angry, which can create friction in relationships. It's not just romantic relationships that are affected. Friendships, family bonds, and even relationships with colleagues can suffer. The person with PTSD might withdraw from social activities or find it hard to trust others, which can lead to loneliness and isolation. But it's important to remember that these difficulties are part of the PTSD, not a reflection of the person's feelings towards their loved ones. With appropriate therapy and support, individuals can learn to rebuild these connections and find ways to communicate and connect more effectively. Let's now explore another critical symptom of PTSD: irritability or aggressive behavior. This symptom can be one of the most challenging aspects, both for those experiencing it and for their loved ones. PTSD can lead to a heightened state of arousal, and this can manifest as irritability or even aggression. It's not just about feeling a little annoyed, we're talking about intense irritability, which can lead to angry outbursts over seemingly small things. These aren't just normal moments of anger that everyone experiences from time to time. For someone with PTSD, these feelings can feel overwhelming and uncontrollable. They might react in ways that seem out of proportion, like snapping at a loved one over a minor issue or becoming visibly agitated in everyday situations. Then there's aggressive behavior, which can be verbal or, in some cases, physical. This doesn't mean that everyone with PTSD will become violent, far from it. But the frustration and heightened tension can lead to a more confrontational stance, even when it's out of character for the person. It's important to understand that this irritability or aggression is a direct result of the trauma and the stress it causes. It's not a personal failure or a choice. The individual's nervous system is in a constant state of alert, making it hard for them to relax or handle stress in the usual way. But there's hope. With appropriate treatment like therapy, those with PTSD can learn to manage these responses more effectively. They can develop strategies to recognize and cope with triggers before they lead to outbursts. Now we come to a particularly concerning symptom of PTSD: self-destructive behavior. This is a symptom that not only affects the individual, but can also have serious repercussions on their overall well-being and safety. Self-destructive behavior in PTSD can take many forms, but it essentially means engaging in actions that are harmful to oneself. This might include reckless driving, excessive drinking, substance abuse, or other risky activities. It's important to understand that this behavior isn't about seeking thrills or enjoyment. It's often a way of coping with overwhelming emotions or memories. For some, it might be about trying to feel something amid emotional numbness, or it might be a form of self-punishment, or an attempt to escape from painful thoughts and feelings. These actions are serious because they can lead to harm or even endanger lives, including the lives of others. It's a cry for help, a sign that the individual is struggling to cope with their trauma in healthy ways. Dealing with self-destructive behavior isn't something to be dealt with alone. Professional support can provide healthier coping mechanisms and address the underlying trauma that's driving this behavior. Please remember that if you or someone you know is showing signs of PTSD, it's important to seek professional help. PTSD is a challenging condition, but with the right support, treatment, and understanding, healing and recovery are possible. If you found this video informative, please consider sharing it with others. Spreading awareness can make a big difference in how we understand and support those affected by PTSD. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this, and don't forget to check out mindstratos.com for even more value and helpful solutions. Your support helps bring more awareness to important topics like mental health. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other.